everybody. My name is Megan, and today I want to talk to you guys about the truth about the twin flame signs. Have you been looking up twin flame information constantly, obsessively, spending hours on end searching for information? Are you watching video after video, reading article about the twin flame signs, and you're still confused? Well, look no further, because I'm about to straighten it all out for you. When you are going around looking for information, always remain skeptical, trust yourself. Even with this information, just remain skeptical, be wary. I am not the end-all be-all of twin flames, but I always do in these videos where I talk about the signs, the stages, what was my other one? I always try to break it down into the raw truth. That's why I always include it in my titles, because it has more to do with the essence and the truth versus getting into all these labels, getting all into ego about it and explaining, well, this is a sign, and that's a sign, and this is a sign. So I always try to break it down and just be real about it and not get all up in the ego. There's some people out there that create content when it comes to twin flames, and they have an agenda behind it. This may be innocent intent, it may not be, but there are people out there that do not have the intent of, how do I put this? Their intent is to reach as many people as possible and to relate to as many people as possible. And the reason why they want to relate to as many people as possible is so that they can take advantage of people in vulnerable situations. And this is why some of the information out there kind of gets skewed. Now, I am going to come with this with a traditional definition. I don't know. I'm gonna use the traditional definition of what this label meant before it started becoming more mainstream, and before it seemed like there was a little bit more people out there using the label, using it like with ill intent. So also keep that in mind when you are watching this video. Now, I have seen my fair share of twin flame signs videos. I've seen the articles, and most of these twin flame signs videos don't have anything about a spiritual awakening. They give, synchronicity. What's another common one? Synchronicity and intensity, and I'm not going to say drama because, but I will just use the word shadow self. Unhealed wounds start surfacing. I feel that the way some people describe this part in their videos, I think some people can kind of twist it in their mind to fit what they want it to mean. And all the signs that they give, like separation, they can all apply to soulmates too. Soulmates are not always an easy connection. I know from experience. There has been an increase of people finding this type of information, applying the label to whatever they're experiencing, and creating expectations based on the label, And things like stalking and arrests because of it, orders of protections, have happened because of the label. And I'm not saying that these things, not at least maybe like orders of protection, but there has been an increase of people finding this label, finding this type of information online about the label, applying the label to their experience and creating expectations because of it. And it's all based upon the label. And I'm not saying this is but the label, not anything somebody's own inner guidance is telling them. This is somebody that they don't have that feeling in them. It's, oh, I found this label, this must be it. And then they start awakening. They start a journey because of the label. They think all of these things because of the label. Notice I'm not saying because it's something that's already within them. It's because of the label. It starts with the label, not within them. And there's a big difference there. And the best way that I can say this is that if it is really not this connection, the traditional definition of the connection, where you meet and your shadow self starts to surface, and that causes separation, and you start naturally waking up, not because you found the label, but it just started happening. And then you get back into union. That's what I mean by traditional definition. If it's not that, there's people that have gotten arrested, stalking, all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not saying that some connections don't include that stuff. However, what I'm saying is that the label has led to people acting in ways that they wouldn't have if they had never found the label and the information about the label that they're finding. And I'm talking about all this information that's coming out there that has, like, just in the past couple of years, I think, that, all these signs that have nothing to do with spiritual awakening, and traditionally that was the whole point of the label and the journey is an awakening. Vulnerable people end up spending their life savings on people or coaches that won't lead them back within themselves, and they keep them in this twin flame obsession versus a twin flame journey. It's a mentality versus a journey. It's all in the head versus a state of being. I do have a video on what I mean by, twin flame obsession versus twin flame journey. I will have that at the end of the video for you. Make sure that you check out my other twin flame videos on my twin flame playlist too. But they keep these people in this twin flame obsession. And traditionally, before the label became mainstream, what that traditional definition of what it was always what it was. It was a deep spiritual connection that triggers your ego to surface, your wounds, shadow self, leading to a massive, massive spiritual awakening, separation, and healing, and eventually coming back together in union. It's more than just drama, separation, and other marriages, synchronicities, intensity. That's a very popular one. Mirroring, that's another big one. Everybody is our mirror. The connection is not just regular drama or difficulties. And it's not the other person that's triggering, that does the triggering. The triggering is your unconscious belief systems surfacing, and that's, you trigger yourself. I think people watch all this stuff and they say, oh yeah, I'm triggering myself, and there's not a deeper understanding of what it actually means. In that in this label and connection. A lot of times, ego will deny what is coming up, if that makes sense. When this stuff starts to surface, it's kind of like, more of a who am I type of situation. It's not drama. Every relationship has drama. Every connection has drama, difficulties, mirroring. Everybody is our mirror. The fact that somebody else is in another marriage it means nothing. Yeah, it could be possible, but it also could not be. Because you have marriage and intensity, oh, now I'm going to slap this label on it. This stuff that comes up is stuff like, I'm afraid of being vulnerable, and I use comedy as a way to not feel vulnerable. And ego is going to be like, no, this isn't true. But the truth is that there's an unconscious belief system of being afraid of being vulnerable. The denial by the ego causes the confusion. You question who you really are due to the things that come up. It's an inner process through and through. It doesn't even require much contact with the other person after initial contact in order for this stuff to happen. It's not the other person that's triggering you. It comes up in you first. It kind of it just happens. It just happens. Just because you found yourself in a new connection and it may be more dramatic, there may be a lot of triggering. There's no denying that there's triggering going on, but that and another marriage and intensity and synchronicities, where's the awakening? Where's the awakening? Like I said, these science videos that are out there, be careful, because there's people out there that put those up so that you will relate to it, so that you will purchase whatever product they are selling, or so that you'll watch more of their stuff. But I don't think people are just watching it or making stuff without having some kind of get your twin flame back kind of package associated with it. They put out the signs that more people can relate to so that they can have more customers. And I think I said that in another video of mine too. It's, they tell, I know this isn't a video, but it's different subject matter. They tell coaches to find a niche. And in this niche, they found the twin flame label. Oh, and it's not very saturated. Let me get in on that. And you can tell the ones that don't really have a full understanding of the spiritual journey, because that's what it is. It's a spiritual journey. And the ones that are kind of more in their heads with it. And some may even claim that they are in union or something like that. I know it might seem that I am pretty critical of some stuff that's out there right now, but that is because I am so against vulnerable people being used. And if I can, like I said in another video, if I can be that person that somebody comes across before they end up spending a whole ton of money on something that's not actually going to help them, then, so be it. I don't foresee future videos on this subject being as critical. The videos that I have made so far, the signs, the obsession, the validation, it's mainly the stages, in this video, the signs. There's a few main things that I wanted to get videos out on, because it's just stuff that I feel inside of me that needs to be said. And I just hope that whoever needs to hear it hears it. And with that, no matter what, shift the focus onto yourself. Instead of wondering, is this a sign? Is that a sign? Astrology. Oh, we're not the correct signs to be twin flames. Or this doesn't match up, or that doesn't match up. Stop wondering whether they are or not. The truth is that the label is just a label, and connection is just connection. If you keep yourself in a constant state of mind noise, where are you going to find your peace? When you see it like that, you'll find the peace. You'll find your peace. You don't need to have this label, everything that comes with it, and validating in this, and this thought process that, and I got this expectation, because you don't need any of it in order to find your peace. The universe will give you everything that you need to know. Remember, the label comes with all sorts of expectations and all that egoic stuff. Keep connection simple. Keep it simple. Don't, all these, not only that, some of these signs, information, they don't include the spiritual awakening. They all are different. And yes, we all find stuff for a reason. That is true. But like I said, there's people out there that don't have good intent, and that is just something that I'm against. And I feel the need to speak out against and correct the record in a way. If you have not begun a spiritual awakening without having found the label, be cautious about applying this label to your connection. That's all I have for you guys today. Again, I am a certified life, relationship, and spiritual coach, and I also coach soul connections, twin flames, and soulmates. And I'm not one of those coaches that keeps you stuck in the twin flame obsession, stuck in your mind. I want to help you get closer to yourself and actually make progress and find your peace. I just want to help you find you. You get connected to you. I do free 30-minute sessions. If you want to upgrade to a full session, you can do so for 50% off. I hope I didn't say that already. I got some more stuff in the links down below. You'll also find my email address there. Don't be afraid to leave me some feedback. Let me know what videos you guys like to see, what topics you want me to cover. With that, sorry, this video is probably kind of weird. I'm just exhausted right now, but I will see you guys next time.